Hello and welcome to another CRM Snacktime Snippet. I'm Alex Killian, the video producer here on XTIVIA's marketing team. And today we have the pleasure again of being joined by Mike Ahrenhoersterbaeumer, the Senior Business Development Manager here at XTIVIA. Mike, thank you again for being with us.
Thanks for having me, man. We got this going on a pre-recurring basis. I like it.
Yes. So today, our CRM topic is more focused on CIOs, decision makers. So Mike, as a CIO, how do I choose the right CRM partner?
Sure. It's a good, relevant topic. It's a good, relevant question. And I don't want to just pigeonhole this like CIO, right? I mean, this could be a director of IT as well, an IT manager that's been tasked with finding the right CRM partner. It could be any of those individuals, but obviously the CIO, you're all the way at the top, right? So, and there's a number of different factors that go into this decision. If you look at, let's say, implementing Salesforce, right? You go look on the Salesforce App Exchange and look up partners, you might find thousands of partners out there. Microsoft is kind of the same way, but less than that. But still, it's a pretty daunting task when you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know even where to start. All these companies do it, and none of my buddies or colleagues know anyone, so we're just kind of starting from scratch. So there's another number of things to think about, a number of things to vet from that potential partner before making any decision to sign up and bring them on as a long-term partner, because CRM is not a short-term thing. It is a long-term, ever-evolving engagement. So one of the things that you want to understand and think about is that partner's experience and expertise, right? Experience with whatever platform you're going with. So if it's Salesforce, making sure they have experience working with the Salesforce products that you're looking to put in place. How deep is that experience? What level of customization, what level of work have they done with those products? Expertise, not only product expertise, use case expertise, industry expertise. So if you're in the healthcare space, if you're in the insurance space, manufacturing, what other organizations in that same space has this partner worked with? What type of work did they do with that? Have they had success in that space? One thing you may always want to ask for, and if the company is reputable and they've done a good job, they'll have no problem providing it, but maybe a couple customer references, right? So ask to speak with a couple of their customers. And when you're speaking to those customers, ask the right questions. How was your experience working with them? Were they difficult to work with? Did they deliver, or exceed your expectations? How has the experience been working with them in CRM that they launched you on, right? And that's also going to help you understand that this partner has a proven track record, right? Again, not just that, hey, we're a CRM implementation partner. That's pretty cool. But they have a proven track record of success. Look on their website. See if they have any published case studies or video testimonials out there, quotes from customers. Again, this also comes back to those references. Don't be shy about asking for those, right? Companies aren't always going to want to give those out, right? Because that's obviously taking time from their customers. Their customers are busy doing their own jobs. But so I wouldn't necessarily recommend asking for a reference right out of the gate. But once you've had discussions with them, once you're starting to feel comfortable, like, hey, these guys seem to know what they are doing, then ask for those references, right? And again, something that I mentioned a few moments ago, CRM is not a short-term thing. It is a long-term investment, ever-evolving investment. Ask that partner, do they provide ongoing support or maintenance? If they do, how is that set up? What does that look like, right? You want to understand all those things because, again, if you're going to go with like a Salesforce or a Microsoft, you may buy the product from those people, but you're not going to be working with them directly on the implementation. You're going to be working with a partner. So that partner is coming in to learn your business, understand your use cases, understand your requirements, take all that information and build the system out based on that data, right? And based on that structure. So as issues may arise, as requests come in, as changes come in, after you're live with the system, nobody's going to know your system better than the partner that helped you implement it. So making sure that they provide ongoing support and understanding what that looks like is going to be a big part of it. Because again, to reiterate for the third time, CRM is not a short-term one and done thing. It's ever evolving throughout the life of your business, right? And so along those same lines, understanding this partner, do they have any resource constraints? How many resources do they have? Based on the project size and scope, how many resources are we going to be working with? Are they going to be able to, does it seem like they're going to be able to deliver on the time frame that was outlined throughout the sales process and in the scope of work, right? You want to make sure you feel comfortable with that. And with that resources too, you also want to understand, and this just comes back to my last point about support, right? Am I working with these 3 people on my implementation, and then afterwards, am I dealing with somebody completely different or a completely different team when it comes to support? That may not be a problem, but you want to, again, understand, what does that handoff look like? Is my support person going to understand all the little intricacies that you've built out in the system? Some companies, that's how it's done. Other companies, it's not. Like us, the same people that develop, the same people that help build out your system are the same people that are going to be providing you ongoing support moving forward. That, to me, makes it significantly easier because they already have all that knowledge. They've already documented everything. So there's not necessarily a handoff required because it's the same people, right? But again, from that resource perspective, understanding, is this company using onshore or offshore resources? How do I feel about that? Some people, and that may just be dependent on the industry, right? Or it may be dependent on opinion. They only want onshore resources. Can that be accommodated? What's the cost going to be doing that versus using offshore resources, right? Some people like a hybrid model, some onshore, some offshore. Understanding what that looks like, what's important to you, how's that going to work? Are they flexible? Are they easy to deal with, right? Again, if we have something that comes up, we need to ramp something up, bring it down, whatever it is, are they going to be amenable to that request, right? Some companies are set up to do that. Others, it just kind of depends on the situation, right? But again, you're wanting to understand what's their industry expertise, their product experience, who are the individuals that I'm going to be working with, both in the implementation and what does their support look like after the fact. Speak to some customer references. Understand and learn, do these guys actually have a proven track record? Are they trying to lead me on a little bit? Vet that information out. And then again, understand, who am I going to be working with? What are the resources involved? Do they have resource constraints or bandwidth, or are they ready to rock and roll to help me either implement a new CRM system, or again, this comes into something I've referenced on a previous snippet of, we may already have Salesforce or whatever in place, and we just need a new support partner to help make changes in an ongoing basis, provide a more help desk type support. So understanding all that information, can that be accommodated? How are they going to come in and already learn our pre-built system? All that stuff is very vital to vet out and understand before just jumping right into a partnership with a different CRM partner. A lot of factors go into it. We've been doing it for 20 years. We're very familiar with it. It is a competitive space. You want to make sure that whatever you're going to do, whoever you're going to work with, you vetted them out and you're comfortable moving forward with them, because it should be a long-term partnership, not a short-term thing. And that's what I have to say about that. A lot goes into it, but it is a very important decision in order to make your CRM a success. So thanks, Alex.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike. As Mike mentioned, please reach out if you have any further questions. And speaking of CRM implementation experience, in the description below, you can check out a few of our video testimonials of our CRM success stories. And with that, we will see you again next week for another CRM Snack Time Snippet. Thanks so much for joining us.